Hey everyone! I was challenged to do a new why video. My last why video was in March, and I'm at a totally different place than I was then. And I believe my why video has me crying like through most of it. And that's okay. I might cry during this one too, because whys are very powerful. Whys are what drive you to success. And your why should be the first thing that you think of when you wake up and the last thing you think of when you go to bed. And my why very much is that. And I have there's different facets to my why. First and foremost, I didn't start Plexus to get skinny. Yeah, I needed to lose some weight. I had become pleasantly plump, and I knew that wasn't healthy for me. My father died when he was 51, and I am 47, and that's 4 years away. And when I was in my 20s, I didn't think that 51 was ever going to come, but it's right around the corner, and it's been a huge fear of mine that I would die at 51. And I want to be around for my family. I want to be around for my son. He has Asperger's, which is a form of autism, and he needs his mom. Very much so. See, it's already starting. And he is a major why for me. He is my main why. I want to be able to do things for him that are sometimes hard for us to do because of finances. If he needs extra tutoring, I want to be able to afford that. If he needs, special aid, I want to be able to afford that. If he needs to go back to Heartspring and have counseling, we want to be able to afford that. That place doesn't accept Saints Insurance. So, and Heartspring is a wonderful place for kids with Asperger's and autism in Wichita. And it cost us a fortune when we only went to a few sessions. But I want to be able to, excuse me, I want to be able to do those things for him and be able to give him the life that he deserves. This is my one chance. We adopted when I was 36. I couldn't have babies because of my lupus and my kidneys. And so we chose to adopt. We wanted to be parents. And God saw fit to give us this beautiful little boy who has quite a few problems. So anyway, he's my big why. My husband is a huge why for me. I don't want to leave him prematurely. I want to be here for him. I want us to grow really old together, like super old. And because we're both on Plexus, that's going to happen. That's a huge why for me. My family, getting out of debt is huge. It's something that weighs really heavily on us, and we want to do that. And I know with Plexus we can do that. That's a big why for me. My health is a huge why. At 25, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus. There are two different types of lupus, systemic and discoid. I'm going to give you a little rundown here. Systemic affects your body system, your bodily system, so it can affect your heart, your lungs, your joints, your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas, just about anything it can attack. Mine attacked my kidneys, and so I was in acute renal failure at my diagnosis, and I was a very sick 25-year-old young woman and wasn't sure I was going to make it. I was in Japan, of all places, when I got sick. So they told me that my liver was failing, my kidney was failing, I had no red blood cells, white blood cells were very low as well, and they sent me home on a plane, which I barely remember. But I was put into a hospital, and 10 days later, they figured out that I most likely had lupus. It takes a little time, at least in the 90s, it took a little longer to diagnose lupus. But I had lived with it for many years prior to that without really even realizing it when you look back on your symptoms. But anyway, it kind of put a big block in my way. And at the time, I was very angry because I had my plan. And my plan was not to be sick. And I had really never been in the hospital. I had never had a broken bone. I had never had anything happen to me. And then this just knocked me flat on my butt for many years. It took a good 10 years until my kidneys were functioning at the level that they needed to be. But anyway, I was diagnosed at 25, and that started a whole adventure of doctors and shots and pain and depression and dreams dying left and right. And if that's ever happened to you, I'm laughing at myself because I said I wasn't going to cry. You know, that sucks. But God had a plan from the very beginning. And part of that plan was for me to share this with you. You can take control of your health. You don't have to be a slave to what doctors say you have to do. Yeah, follow your doctor's orders. I'm not telling you to do that, please. But there are other ways to deal with illness. Look up gut health, gut-brain connection, gut autoimmune health. These kinds of things you can Google, and you'll be astonished. It's being found that 70 to 80% of our immune system lives in our gut. And if your gut is sick, you're sick. And I was so sick for so long. I was sick when we brought Zane home. I have not been a healthy mommy. That's another of my whys. I want to be a healthy mommy. I want to be able to run with him, which I can, ride my bike, which I can. I want to be able to do things with him and not say, I'm sorry, you know what, Mom is so tired, I have got to go lay down. I still have those days, but they are so far and few between. So anyway, I've kind of gone on a tangent. I'm so sorry. But I wanted to share my heart. I think it's really important that we as ambassadors do that we share our hearts and we let ourselves be transparent. And we ask for help when we need it. Because we're real, we're human, we're not a machine. So anyway, those are my whys, and I'm sure they will transform and change as we go along. And I want to encourage, I'm going to give this to my team too, and I want to encourage my team to make their why videos too if you haven't. It's a little intimidating if you haven't been on camera. I'm an actress by nature and a singer and a performer, so this is very comfortable for me. I could probably sit here and listen to myself talk all morning. But I know you guys don't want to hear that. But I want to encourage you to do your why video. It doesn't have to be long. It can just be, this is my why. This is my name. This is my why. The end. Do it. It is empowering. It gives you hope. It helps you see where you've been and where you are and where you're going. It gives you a clear line of direction. All right. That's it from me. Thanks for listening to my story. I love you all. Bye.